Hello friends, host Eric here, host of Talking with Famous People. I've got a special someone. A special someone has arrived. I love it when a special someone arrives. Let's see. Fabulousabulous is the name. Okay. Sorry it took me a whole day to get here. I have the blessed challenge of being a little inundated by comments sometimes, which is fantastic. But I try to answer them all. Fabulousabulous, you get a full answer because you demonstrate what I call level 2 ENTP. Okay? I just made up the name right now. Here are the host assertions. Number 1, people are fundamentally good. Number 2, privacy is fundamentally bad. Let's continue the logic. Number 3, privacy is fundamentally bad things are bad. People are fundamentally good things are good. If privacy is bad, then fundamentally private things are also bad. People are entities are things. Fundamentally private people are bad. Introverts are people, introverts are fundamentally private, introverts are bad. This shows a revealing type bias by the host to suggest that those with a tendency for privacy are at all undesirable and should work toward the eradication of such tendencies as to depart from one of the tenets of the Jungian and consequently Myers-Briggs school of thought. Cognitive orientations are innate to the individual. As such, these orientations are to be accepted and not renounced. The host has a right to free thought, but such implications call into question the guise of Talking with Famous People as an MBTI promoting channel. Level 2. I love the pedantry. You do a good job with the pedantry, okay? It's the prose is spotless, so of course you gotta have spotless prose if you're gonna play pedantic, patient pedant. The patient pedant model. Okay, so this is called the patient pedant model of asserting dominance. You played your weak ass shit in the wrong place, homie. You're level 2. So let's see what happened to homie here, and before I finish him off. First of all, let's look at what he does here. This is funny. People are fundamentally good. Fundamentally good things are good. Privacy's bad. Fundamentally private things are also bad. People are things. Okay, but privacy is not a thing. It's a behavior. People engage in privacy upholding behavior or a privacy rejecting behavior. Privacy, people aren't private. Just because somebody engages in privacy behavior doesn't make them private. They don't get suddenly a non-commissioned status in the army, right? Okay, so your whole everything down here, I guess, is predicated on this ridiculous attempt. I mean, did you actually think that weak-ass logic was going to work? I mean, just because good things are good and bad things are bad, and people are things, and privacy is a concept, also a thing, and a behavior, doesn't mean that all introverts are bad according to my own logic. No. What it means is that you don't care at all about logic. You're an ENTP who's just trying to assert dominance. Now this thing here, this notion that we should, is to depart from one of the tenets of the Jungian and consequently Myers-Briggs school of thought. Well, I don't give a fuck about the tenets of those schools of thoughts. I'm not here as an advocate for MBTI or Jung. I'm here to talk shit out all the way. I'm here to do this, most of all. Most of all, I'm here to do this. I'm here to say, Fabulousabulous. Your arguments are fucking shitty. You lose. And you lose embarrassingly now because I had to make a video about it. I don't care if you come in here and make those bad arguments. That's great. But make better bad arguments. Because those ones are weak as shit. It doesn't stand any muster at all. All this commutative property stuff that you're like applying these various properties willy-nilly as though there's no logic or rhyme or reason to understanding of fallacious cognition. There's a rhyme and a reason to it, okay? You don't just decide to throw in whatever properties you feel like on whatever thing you want and say, well, ducks float and you float, you're a duck, right? No, dude. the pedantry doesn't hide it, okay? The pedantry does not hide that fact from somebody who understands shit. Anyway, I love you, by the way. Fabulousabulous. I love this. I love this. This is you're almost at level 3. The host has a right to free thought, but such implications call into question the guise of talking with famous people is an MBTI promoting channel. You know, the reason you're not at level 3 is you didn't even think about the fact that I'm not an MBTI promoting channel. But the reason you're near it is because you do that patient reassurance that although you don't understand, I support your freedom of expression. Well, good news for you, Fabulousabulous. I support the shit out of your freedom of expression, and your wrongness here is getting the expression freed the shit out of it. I'm freeing all the expression from your bullshit. So, no. You say, well, you can't change your cognitive functions. That's true. You can change your behavior, right? You don't have to engage in privacy-driven behavior, do you? You might value it. I might value kicking your ass. But that doesn't mean that there aren't limits. I'm not going to humiliate you utterly. There are certain things I won't do or shouldn't say, right? So I'm not going to attack you personally. I've got my own standards. You've got your own standards. We can change our behavior. When I was younger, I did attack people personally. Now I try to just stay focused on the arguments. Like these poos that are in front of me right here. These poos they're close to the bottom of my shoe. So you need to get down there and clean that shit up. And lastly, Fabulousabulous, welcome to Talking with Famous People.